Hey guys, it's James. Story Frame Reviews channel. This is my third attempt at doing this comic book pickups video today. My first two live streams did not turn out like they were all jumpy and stuff, and then they wouldn't upload HD copies. So I'm giving up on the live stream today, but I still wanted to show the pickups for everyone that's going to check them out. Hopefully the live stream works next week. I have no idea, but I'm just going to show you what I got this week. It is May 30th, 2018. This is not a live stream, so you don't have to worry about what time you're watching it at. You can leave a comment if you'd like. But every week I do a comic book pickup for the boys and I, and sometimes Gracie, even though she can't read yet. And each week I share those pickups on YouTube. Because we used to do this thing called the Comic Weekend Reviews where we'd show all the comics we do. But we're so busy right now that we don't have time to do those currently. But I do want to show you that we're still into comics and what the boys are picking up. That way if we ever do start doing those again, you know where we're at. Okay, cool. So every week I pick up at least one book for each boy, sometimes two books, and a lot of times I'll do these little extra books, which are like these True Believers from Marvel, where they're dollar reprints of old books. Currently they're doing a bunch of Wolverine ones. It seems like every month or two they do a big run of issues that are tied into something that's going on, like the Hunt for Wolverine's happening right now. So they've done a bunch of these Wolverine reprints of Wolverine books over the years. This is today's. There was only one today. There's usually two or three different ones, so I think they're probably at the tail end of doing Wolverine ones, and they're going to switch to something else next month that ties into something current. This one reprints Wolverine issue 50 from the Jeff Loeb run. I don't remember what year this would have come out. This is not like the original Wolverine number 50. It's obviously for one of the later runs, because Jeff Loeb wrote it. The art looks decent. I've never read this book myself, so this will be fun. They'll be able to tell me what's happening here. It looks like a fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth for the most part. Jeff Loeb, I really like his writing up to the endings of his stories. I think his getting to the ending is way better than the ending of most of his books. Like Hush, that's a huge example where the writing is great up until the end. But I mean, he's a really good writer. Superman for All Seasons was really good. Daredevil Yellow was really good. Spider-Man Blue was really good. So hopefully they enjoy that. So there's one for each one of them. Blaze had asked me, he said, hey, if there's no books for me this week, I've been kicking myself for not getting more of that Marvel Legacy Daredevil run with the storyline Mayor Fisk, where Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, is the mayor of New York. He only got the first one of these, and he was between this and Captain America. And he's been picking up Captain America, and now he's like, well, I kind of wish I would have gone with Daredevil. So I went back and picked up the second issue of this for him. The second part of Marvel Legacy. Actually, I think Daredevil number 603 or something came in today. So he's a few issues behind, but every week if he doesn't have something, he wants me to pick up one of these Mayor Fisk storyline books. Also for him this week, Judge Dredd Under Siege. He's been rereading a lot of Judge Dredd books lately. So I thought when this new series started, we haven't picked up an IDW Dredd book in a long time. When I saw this come in today, I sent him a picture on his phone and said, hey, do you want this today? And he said, yeah, I would like that if I'm able to get that, and I would pay for the other book. I'm not going to make him pay for the other book, though. Don't tell him that. Okay. This is for Gracie. Marvel Superhero Adventures number 1. When the boys were younger, they used to read Marvel Superhero Squad, and they had those little figurines for this line. And there was a cartoon and everything. And so now it's called not Superhero Squad anymore. It's just called Marvel Superhero Adventures. But it's the same kind of gist, where it's got the big head characters with like the little tiny kid bodies. Gracie will dig this. She knows these characters. She'll think this is neat. We'll read it to her, and she'll like this. Next up is a book for me, actually. Amazing Spider-Man issue 800. Spider-Man and I have had a real love-hate relationship over the years. I've been collecting Spider-Man comics since I was a little kid, and I would give it up for a while, and then I'd say, okay, I'm done with this. It's not really enjoyable right now. And then I would get back to it later on and have to pick up all the issues I missed, and then I'd give it up again. I'd pick up all the issues I missed. To the point where I have full runs of almost every Spider-Man book, like the McFarlane Spider-Man book, Web of Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man Deadpool, pretty much every Spider-Man book I've got a full run of, except for Amazing Spider-Man. I'm missing 18 issues for what they consider 800, even though there's a bunch in this 800 that aren't true Amazing Spider-Man books. Superior Spider-Man's in there. Amazing Spider-Man, You Know Your Vows is in there. But I have all those. So I have what they consider to be, of their 800, I'm missing only 18 issues. My cat's coming down here to see what I've got going on. And she's got a cone on right now because she has a boo-boo. So I'm not going to make her get on camera and embarrass herself with the cone. So, anyway, issue 800. I've given up on other Spider-Man books over time. Like, I'm not picking up Spider-Man Deadpool anymore. I stopped with Spectacular. This has been the one holdout where I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it to 800. Even though I'm not enjoying this, and this is a chore at this point, I'm going to make it to 800. And I did. This is the biggest chore of all because it's Dan Slott writing, and I hate Dan Slott's writing. I have not been able to read this book in a long time. Every time I go to pick up one and I flip through it and I read a little bit, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I still hate Dan Slott. This is no good. But occasionally you get really good art. Like Stuart Immonen does part of the art on this book, and I really think he's quite talented. I'm not a big fan of Humberto Ramos. He's in this book, and I'm not a big fan of his. So I got to deal with those pages. I'm not going to show you everything that happened in the book because I don't want to ruin it for you in case you're going to read the book. So, yeah. This is it for me. Calling it a day. So long, Amazing Spider-Man. Even though Dan Slott couldn't finish the story in 80 pages, and his storyline continues into 801, this is it for me. 800 is my stopping point. And I promised myself I'm not coming back. This book cost $10. That's insanity. 10 different covers, too. At least 10 different covers that were at my comic shop. I chose this Ron Friends one because of this really cool Norman Osborn reveal tribute thing at the bottom. This is Norman Osborn, again, Green Goblin with the Carnage symbiote, if I'm not mistaken. So long. Last is 2 books for Keaton, since I got 2 books for Blaze. He recently got that Wolverine True Believers Venom Tooth and Claw issue 1. So I went back and picked up Tooth and Claw numbers 2 and 3 so he could finish this series. Because he loves Venom, he loves Wolverine, and he liked that first one. So this makes it so he can read the rest. So that True Believers thing worked. It made him interested enough to pick up the other issues, or to want the other issues at least. And so now he has them. All right, so signing off on this. Sorry it wasn't a live stream, guys. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and live stream and all that stuff. But maybe next week it'll be back to live stream again. Leave any comments you want about books we pick up or books you think we should pick up in the comments section below. As always, if you like this video, please hit like. If you like our channel, please hit subscribe, hit notify, all that stuff. All right, see you guys.